All right, let's get real for a second about why so many people feel totally disconnected from politics today. You know, that alienation you feel when you're trying to make sense of a system that seems designed to make sure your voice is as useful as a screen door on a submarine. Yeah, that's no accident. It's baked into the current political paradigm. And here's why. We've all heard that to act. You need to think first, right? Makes sense. First comes thought, then comes action. But here's the kicker. The reverse is also true. If you don't have the ability to act, your thinking gets stuck in neutral. You can't develop real, meaningful thoughts about something if you know there's no way to actually apply them. It's like trying to plan a road trip when you know you don't even have a car. You're just spinning your imaginary wheels. Let me give you an example. Take the owner of a small cafe. This person is a genius when it comes to running their store. They know exactly how much cheese to order, which sandwiches sell best, and how to keep customers coming back. Why? Because they can act, they make decisions every day that have a real impact, and because of that, their thinking is sharp, clear, and effective. Now, compare that to someone trying to influence state affairs. Suddenly, it's like their brain is on autopilot. It's not that state affairs are more complicated. I mean, sometimes deciding on how much cheese to buy is harder than foreign policy, but when you can't actually do anything, your thinking becomes hollow. You talk in circles, you spout empty terms, and you start to feel like nothing you think or say really matters. And you know what? You're not wrong. This is exactly why alienation is inevitable in the current political system. When decisions are made miles away by people you've never met, who aren't connected to your challenges, and operate in a system so big and bloated that your voice feels like a whisper in a hurricane, how can you not feel disconnected? How can you not feel like your thoughts don't matter when there's no chance to turn them into action? But that's where the abundance party comes in. We're all about decentralizing power, bringing governance back to the local level where your decisions actually matter. Because when you can act, your thinking becomes real. It becomes impactful, and suddenly, you're not just talking, you're doing. And that's when you start to care, when you move from alienation to active engagement. Imagine this. Instead of screaming into the void, you're sitting down with your neighbors, discussing real issues that affect your community, and making decisions that have real consequences. That's what we're aiming for. Bringing politics back to a human scale, where your voice doesn't just matter, it's essential. So, let's cut through the abstract nonsense and get back to what works. This November, if you write an Augie for president, we'll all be able to move from a system where you're alienated and powerless to one where your thoughts can turn into action, where your engagement is not just encouraged but necessary. Let's bring the power back home, where it belongs, and start thinking and acting our way to a better future.